Hi guys, good afternoon. So today we'll be starting with the ASA module. Okay. Now, before starting with the ASA module, we'll be discussing that what all the changes are there in the newer version of the CCI security. Okay. Earlier the version was okay. Earlier the version was CCI security version 6.0. Okay. And now it has been updated to CCI security version 6.1. Okay. And before version 6.0, we were having the version 5.0. Okay, so the expected version was 7.0, but there are not so many of major changes. There's not too much of major changes available. So that's why the version is now 6.1 instead of 7.0. But probably the next version that will be there is going to be 7.0 only. Okay. So now let's talk about what all the changes are there. So let me just so CCI security version 6.1. What are the job roles according to this particular CCI security course or the certification? Once you are certified as a CCI security, okay, then what are the possible job roles? So here only some examples are given that you can join for associate network engineer, network security engineer, infosec analyst, okay, infosec engineer. So these are few of the job roles, but there are more available. Okay, you can join on lot more of job roles if you have gone with the CCI security certification or the training also. Okay, now we are all aware about the Cisco certification track. That in the Cisco certification track, first of all, we have the associate level. Okay, then we have the professional level, and then we have the expert level. Okay, so if I show you about that, this is the track. Okay, this is the official Cisco certification track. So here we can see that initially we have the associate level of training where you master the essentials that are needed to launch a rewarding career. And the starting point is what? Your CCNO. Okay. Then the next thing comes up is what? Your professional level. So in the associate level, you learn about, all the different technologies. Okay. You do not you do not dive deep into the concepts, but you learn about the fundamentals. Like in your CCNA, you come to know about all the different technologies. Some part of security you come to know. Okay. Some part of routing switching you come to know. Then you can say some automation concepts are also there. So like that, some wireless concepts are also there. So you get to know the technology, you get familiar with the technology in the associate level. Then later on, you move on to the professional level. Okay. So in the professional level, you decide that, okay, which domain you want to work on. Okay. So you have to select a domain. Might be you want to go with the enterprise domain or service provider domain or data center security or collaboration. Okay. Any of these domains you can pick up. Now, based on your interest or your career perspective, that, okay, in which technology you want to make your career in. So you decide, and according to that domain, you dive deeper into the relevant technology. Like if you go with the enterprise, so in the enterprise, you dive deeper into the routing, switching, and wireless concepts. If you go with the security, in that case, you will be learning about firewalls and other security devices. Okay, where you learn about VPN technologies, firewalls. You learn about IDS, IPS. Okay, then you learn about other security devices that are coming from the Cisco itself, like web security, cloud security, email security. Okay, all these things you learn about. So in the associate level, what happens that you have to write one exam. That one exam is what your CCNA. Okay, you write that exam, and that CCN exam is kind of a MCQ exam. Okay, So there are some MCQ questions, then there are some drag and drop kind of questions are there, right? But in the professional level, you do not just write a single exam, you have to write two exams. Okay. So there will be one core exam and you have option to select one concentration exam. Core exam, you don't have any choice. Okay. But with concentration, you get choices. You can select whatever the technology you feel more comfortable in, and accordingly, you can take up the exam. So if you have taken only the core exam, you will be entitled as specialist certification. Okay. So let's say right now we are in the CCIE security only. So let's talk about the security. So your CCNA certification, it will cost you around $300 plus taxes. Now, if we talk about your security, so you can see there will be one core exam and there will be a concentration exam as well. Okay. So the core exam, you don't get a choice. There is only one core exam that you have to take. And once you write the core exam, you are entitled as specialist. Okay. You are entitled as specialist. Then in the concentration, you can see that we have around 6 options. Okay. And from these 6 concentration exam, we can select any technology. Maybe you might go with the firewall. You might go with the ICE, ESA, WSA, VPN, or automation, whatever it is, you can select. So the whatever you're more comfortable in, whichever you are more comfortable in, just if you are looking for professional certification. Okay. This in case you are looking for a professional certification, in that case only you go with the concentration. If you are looking for a CCIE certification, then you can avoid this. In that case, you can avoid this. You don't have to take up the concentration exam. Okay. So just in case you're looking for a professional certification, you will write the core exam, then you will write a concentration exam. Once you write both the exams, you clear both the exams, you are entitled as professional. Okay. And if you are not looking for a professional level, you're looking for expert level exam, that is your CCIE. So in CCIE, the same core exam can be considered. Okay. The core exam that you have written here, the same core exam will be considered here also. Okay. So that means if you want a CCIE certification, you just write the core exam as well as you write the CCIE security lab exam. Okay. This is not 6.0. Now it is 6.1. Okay. So you write the core exam, you write the lab exam. Once you clear both the exams, then you are entitled as CCIE security. You get the expert level certification. Okay. So each certification, whether it is your CCNA, CCNP, or CCIE, valid for 3 years. Okay. These certifications, these are valid for 3 years. So like you can say, if you have taken a core exam, now you have 3 years of time. You can book your lab exam and you can clear your CCIE certification. Okay. So in the professional level, if you see, so earlier all these exams were 1.0 version. Now these are 1.1 because earlier CCIE security was 6.0. Now it is 6.1. Same way, all your these core exam, concentration exam, earlier they were all 1.0. Now they are all 1.1. Okay. So like S4 is there, then your SNCF is there, which is securing networks with Cisco firewall, next generation firewall. Okay. So this is all about your FTD and NGITS. Okay. Then you have ICE exam. This is for ICE. This is for ESA. This one is for your web security appliance. This one is VPN exam. Then you have automation. Okay. And this one is added new. Okay. This cloud security exam, this has been added newer. So that's why the version here is right now 1.0. And when it was first tested on November 20th, 2022. Okay, because last year only the version changed from 6.0 to 6.1. Okay, so these are the CCNP security. So is there any prerequisite for your CCNP security? So no, there is no prerequisite, unlike your version 5.0. During version 5.0 of the CCI, what was happening? That you had to go first for the CCNA certification, then you have to go for the CCNP security certification. Okay, and not CCNA, even CCNA was not common. It was CCNA security. And then you go with the CCNP security. And finally, you go with the CCI security written and lab exam, and then you were able to clear. So earlier there was prerequisite, but right now there is no formal prerequisite. Okay, directly anyone can go for the CCNP exams. Okay, and active status. So like I said, all the certifications, they will be valid for 3 years. Okay, after 3 years, you have to renew the certification. These are the different levels: entry level, associate level, specialist, professional, expert, and architect. So now this architect level is actually not available. Okay, this one is not available. Okay, earlier there used to be an exam, CCAR. Okay, that is Cisco certified architect. So this used to be earlier, but now this certification has retired. Okay, Cisco is not accepting the applications for this certification anymore. Okay, so this one is not there. Now we have the expert level. Then the security exam updates. Okay, so last year, like I said, your security exam was updated, and the version 6.0 was tested last time when 19th July 2023. This was when your version 6.0 was last tested. And new version 6.1, the first date to test was October 20th, 2023. Okay. So now we just have the version 6.1. We don't have the version 6.0. And we have also to talk about what all the changes have been done. Okay. So we'll talk about that. Now, if you want to take your CCI security version 6.1, right? So for 6.1, you will have to write the core exam, which is your S core exam. Okay, this is the core exam. And then you have to book the lab exam. Okay, so version 6.1, lab also you have to write. Once you write both the exams, you clear both the exams, you will be entitled as security. Okay, CCI security, you will be entitled as. Now, these are the changes that have been made. Okay, so you will see that there is not really big of a change, okay, between the version 6.0 and 6.1. So like, talk about ICE. So version was 2.4. Now ICE version has changed to 3.1.0. So this is one change that was done. Okay, then your WSA appliance, it was 9.2. It is still 9.2 only. There is no change. ESA 11.1. So it is still 11.1 only. Okay. Then your FMC. Okay. So FMC version was, earlier it was 6.2, but now it is 7.1. Okay. The FMC version right now it is 7.1. Then your NG-IPS version 6.2. Now NG-IPS version has also changed to 7.0. Okay. FTD version 6.2 was there. Now the FTD version is still 6.2. And here, this is a kind of typo only, right? Why? Because your FTD 6.2, you cannot manage via FMC 7.1. So when we will be, you will be going with the FTD concept, you'll come to know that your FMC will not integrate with this device. Because for FMC 7.1, the minimum requirement is your FTD should be at least 6.5. Okay, whether it is FTD or NG-IPS, they should be at least version 6.5. So they will not even integrate. Okay. So what we'll have to do, we have to either go with the 6.5 or we might go with the 6.7 or 7.0. We'll select any of these and accordingly we will go. Okay, because 6.2, it is not compatible with 7.1. You cannot manage it. Then your ASA version 9.4, still the same. Then you have CSR 15.5, 16.6.3. So again, here the same. We have Stealth Watch 6.10, Stealth Watch still 6.10 only. Fire Amp. Okay, so Amp Cloud we have here 5.3. This is also same. WLC also did not change. DNAC version changed. Okay, DNAC earlier it was 1.3.1. Now it is 2.2.2.4. Okay, and remaining your L2 IOSV. So this didn't change. In the version 6.1, they have included the Cisco umbrella also. Okay, for cloud web security, they have integrated Cisco umbrella. So now in the cloud web, you study OpenDNS also and umbrella also. Then remaining all the operating systems of the physical equipment and all. So that is the same only, didn't change. Okay, your ASA 5512 is 9.2 version. Your ASA 5516, this is 9.8 version. So this did not change. Okay. Then other than that, your other PCs like Windows 10 Enterprise and AD 2016, Linux 4.17 and AnyConnect 4.2. So these things are as it is. So if you see, if we talk about the major changes, one is ICE version changed, FMC version changed, okay, and other than that, your DNAC version changed. Remaining almost everything is the same. Also your NGIPS version changed. So these are slight variations, and this one technology, the umbrella, it is new added. Okay, so this is only the change. Remaining almost everything is the same. The commands, configurations, whatever it is, everything remains the same. So this is clear about the changes in the version 6.0 and 6.1, like what all the lab equipment, so they have changed.
Yeah, it is clear.
Okay, great. All right, so this was about the CCIE security. Now let me discuss about, what all the topics we are going to cover in our ASA module. So we'll be covering about, initially we'll be starting with the basics of ASA, and even before the basics of ASA, we'll be going with the fundamentals of firewall. Okay, we'll go with the fundamentals of firewall. So in the fundamentals of firewall, we will discuss about what is firewall. Okay, so we'll have firewall introduction. Then we'll go with the generations of firewall. Okay, we'll go with the firewall types. Okay, we'll discuss about the features. Once we discuss, so we'll also discuss evolution. So we'll also discuss the evolution of firewall, like how your firewalls evolved over time. So this will be kind of considered here itself. You can consider. Okay, then we have to know about what is the difference between a router and a firewall. Okay. So once we know all these things, after that, we will move on towards the ASA. Okay. We'll discuss about the basics of ASA, where we'll see what are the modes, what are security context mode, how you can configure the interfaces, what is the security level and range concept. Okay. We'll talk about implicit and explicit rules. Then we are going to talk about, there is something called as in ASA only, we have this security level concept. Okay. In other firewalls, we don't have this concept. Okay. So what is this same security level concept? What is out of band? We'll understand about the connection tables, what is the reverse entry, how you can inspect ICMP because it is not by default inspected. Then we'll understand about the ASA packet flow. Okay. And we'll see how you can take backups. Okay. So backup to CLI, how you can take a graphical access of your ASA firewall, how you can remotely access using Telnet or SSH. Okay, all these things. That is the basic part that we will discuss. Once we are done with the basic, then after we will move on towards the technical topics, which will be like how you can configure translation. Okay, so translation we'll talk about in the translation XLate table, translation table, okay, or you can say XLate and NAT table. Okay, what is the difference? What is the dynamic NAT, dynamic path, static NAT, static path, identity, policy, manual, auto. Okay, then twice, zero, so many different types of NAT we will cover. And one of the important concepts that we will cover here is also your destination NAT we will cover. Okay, so generally what will happen, your static pad will be considered as a destination NAT, but also I'll show you one special case of destination NAT. Okay, one special implementation of the destination NAT. Then we'll also talk about the multi-contexting. So multi-contexting is basically like you will divide your single ASA firewall into multiple ASA firewalls. Like we will create one single hardware firewall into multiple logical firewalls. So multi-context we will discuss about. Then once we are done with the multi-context, then we'll go with the HA concept. Okay, high availability, or you can talk about redundancy here. So we are going to see like interface level redundancy. Okay, that if the interface fails. Okay, so interface also we are going to see in the interface we have LAN side and WAN side. So you can talk about here LAN side, and ISP level means WAN side. Okay, then in the hardware level we will talk about the active standby concept. Okay, we are going to talk about your active standby concept and also active concept. Okay, so these all things we will discuss. After that, we'll talk about your transparent firewall concept. So up till now, whatever we will have been discussing, right? That will be like in the L3 mode. Your firewall will be working in a L3 mode up till your HA concept. After that, we will go with the transparent firewall concept. So transparent firewall concept is what that you try to deploy your firewall in a L2 mode. Okay. So we will discuss about it, how you can configure your ASA firewall as a transparent firewall. Okay, how you will be configuring the inside outside interfaces, how you will be configuring the bridge group. Okay, all those concepts we will discuss. Then we have one important concept about the MPF. Okay, so MPF is something that allows your ASA firewall into performing deep packet inspection. Okay, like your ASA firewall cannot perform L7 filtering. Okay, your ASA firewall, it cannot perform L7 filtering, but with the help of MPF, at till some extent, it can inspect the packets. It can check the layer 7 information. Okay, it cannot filter, but it can check. Okay, so that concept, what is MPF, how MPF works. Okay, and with the different protocol examples, we will understand it. Then we have clustering concept. So what is this clustering concept? In the clustering, what happens? See, like in the multi-context, we divided single firewall into multiple virtual firewalls. But in the clustering, you combine multiple firewalls into a single firewall. Okay, so here we will combine it. Here, multiple firewalls are combined into one, and here you divide a physical firewall into multiple logical firewall. And here you combine multiple physical firewall into single logical firewall. Then we have one IOS zone-based firewall concept also. Okay, so in the IOS zone-based firewall, we will see how you can configure your router as a firewall, how you can convert your router into a firewall, a zone-based firewall actually. Okay, so your router will start behaving like a firewall. There will be inside outside DMZ zones we will be creating, and then we will be implementing the policies to allow the rules or block the, to allow the traffic or block the traffic. Okay, so these are all the topics that we are going to discuss in the ASA firewall. Any doubts? Yes or no?
No.
No. Okay.
No, sir.
So about the module, so it is going to take us around 4 to 5 weeks. Okay, your sessions are going to be from Monday to Friday. Okay. And it will take us around 4 to 5 weeks, probably 4 weeks. But if we have doubts and all, in that case, might go for the week 5 also. Otherwise, 4 weeks will be more than sufficient. Okay. Timing is going to be from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Okay. And sometimes, depending on topic, we might extend a bit or we might wind up early. That will completely depend on the topic. All your sessions are going to be recorded, and all the recorded session, you guys will be getting the access through the Google Drive. Okay. Like same what you have been getting to your NA NP level, same like that, you'll be having the access. Okay. And the drive access. So for the drive access, I'll be sharing a form link with you guys. Okay. So you guys will have to fill out the form. And while filling out the form, please make sure that the emails are correct, because based on the emails only, you guys will be getting the access. Okay. And make sure that it is a Google Mail. Okay. So that there won't be any issue providing you with the access. Sometimes, if you are having a different email, sometimes it will create problem, or sometimes if you type a letter wrong, or, instead of gmail.com, you forget the G or you forget the L, right? So in those kind of scenarios, it creates a problem to share you with the access. Okay. So please make sure that emails are specifically correct. Okay. Then about the WhatsApp group. Okay. We will be having a WhatsApp group also. So WhatsApp group information, this will be already available in your drive. So as soon as you guys will get the drive access, in the drive, you will find a file with the name WhatsApp group invite link. WhatsApp group invite link. Okay, so in that file itself, you are going to find the link. Okay, so from there, you can just click on the link and directly join the group. Okay, there's a question. So, complete security modules will take how much time to finish? See, how much time it will take to finish all the modules of the security. So it will completely depend like how many batches you are taking ahead. Okay. It will depend on how many batches you are taking a day. So based on that, you can consider the time. Like let's say, for example, you are right now going with the ASA, then you will go with the FTD, then you will go with the NGIPS. Okay. Then VPN, then WSA, then ESA, CWS, Stealth Watch. You have DNAC, you have ICE. Okay. Then you have anything remaining. Okay. So like this will generally take around 4 to 5 weeks. This will take again around 5 weeks. NGIPS 1 week it will take. VPN are almost 6 to 8 weeks it takes. VPN is a very lengthy module. Okay. Then WSA will take us around 2 weeks. ESA 1 week. Okay. So almost like 3 sessions it takes to complete the ESA. Three sessions. CWS will take around 2 sessions. Stealth Watch again around 1 week, which is around 3 to 4 sessions. Okay. DNAC will take more time. Okay. And DNAC, ICE, these are the lengthy modules. Okay. How about labs? Like what about labs? All the labs we will be performing in the EVNG. Okay. In the EVNG simulator. This is simulator. In this one, you will be performing all the labs. Is this what you're asking? How you will be performing the labs? Okay. Okay, so all the images, if you want, you guys can just let me know and I'll be sharing you with the images also. Okay, or else I'll be sharing with you the lab trainer's number. You guys can communicate with them and they will be helping you setting up your labs. Okay, and other than that, see, I will not suggest that you guys create the labs in your systems. Okay, I will not suggest that you guys create the labs in your system or have your own labs. Better is you can take a remote access. Okay. So here at NF, we have labs already ready and set up. So you guys can book your slots and you guys can practice during the whatever slot, whatever the timing you have booked. So during that you can practice. Can we join VPL module before completing FTD and GAPs? You can join, that is not a problem. Okay. You can join the VPN. But again, if the VPN configuration is done on the FTD or NG-IPS, sorry, not NG-IPS, FTD or ASA, so that part you will not understand, right? Like on FTD, how you will configure side-to-side VPN. So although it is covered in the FTD itself, but when it is covered and if you have not done FTD, in that case, you will not understand. Okay. Is it clear? So for labs, you guys can take a remote access. Okay. What I'll be doing is I'll be sharing a sheet with you guys. Excel sheet it will be, and you guys can book your slot there. Once you book your slot, so during your slot timings, you can take a remote access, you can do your practice. That's it. Is that clear? Anything else you guys want to ask?
Nothing. The drive access you will give today only, or
Yeah, by the end of the day today you'll be getting.
okay. Where in the chat we need to give the email ID and all, or any link you will provide for that?
Just let me provide you with the link.
Okay.
Okay. So the link is there in the chat now. Okay, so you just submit this form and I'll be getting. Yes, please, please.
Sir, you said not to use our own laptop. May you know the reason, sir?
No. It's not a reason. Like, maybe you are not having enough resources in the laptop, right?
Okay,
Because
okay.
see, when we will be deploying the devices, let's say, for example, you are going with the FTD module, right? So in the FTD module, when you will deploy FMC 7.1. So the FMC 7.1 requires 64 GB RAM along this single device, okay? 64 GB RAM, then it will take up around 32 CPUs and 2 TB storage. Okay.
Okay.
So that's why we suggest that, okay, don't go with your own labs. Okay, small labs like ASA, you can do it, no problem. Okay.
Okay.
But for everything, it is not a good way that you will be updating or you will be purchasing or you will be spending more money into your system.
Yes.
Okay. So that is what I'm saying, that the facility is provided you for the remote access. You guys can avail this facility, use it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, I have filled the form and sent to you.
Okay, thank you. So once you guys will be submitting the form, I'll get a confirmation from the management and they'll be sharing. Okay, I mean, I'll be sharing once they let me know that, okay, all good. Anything else you guys want to ask? Because next thing we have to do is start about the firewall. And I think it will be good if we start tomorrow. Okay. Next part we have to go is about the fundamentals of the firewall. Okay. Like what is a firewall? Okay, different vendors. We have to talk about different types of firewall. What is a stateless firewall, stateful firewall? What are the different firewall features? Okay, what is the next generation firewall? So all these things we have to discuss. So anything else you guys want to ask?
All good from my side.
All good. Okay, great then. So it's fine, right? If we start from tomorrow, because actually the thing is, might be more students will be joining tomorrow. So that's why I don't want to start it today. Otherwise, they will miss out. Yes, Praveen, please tell me. Yes, Viraj, you want to say something?
No, just okay, sir.
Okay. Yes, Praveen, what is your query? I'm from North India, which is better option for me? Like, what option you're talking about? Like online or offline? Both are fine. Okay, both are fine. It is just that if you're visiting offline, you get to see the real devices and you can work on them. Okay. For practice, you can work on them. Otherwise, everything, whatever the practice you want to do, you can do it on the eve also. You can take a remote access also, and you can do the practice, not a problem. The only difference between, coming here physical is what that you get to see the real devices, you get to access them, you get to work on the device. Okay. Other than that, also like here communication classes and improve prep classes, so many things are going on. So you guys can join, and anytime if you are here, you can ask your doubts. Okay, you can communicate with the trainers. So those things are the benefit. Rest of everything is fine. If you're just about session, so that is same. Online, offline, the same thing is going on. Okay, so don't worry if you are from North India or anything. If I will do these modules online, then after completing which module I have to join offline. If you are completing all these modules, then you don't have to join anything offline. Okay. Yes. So then that's it, guys. Then, if no doubts, okay. Tomorrow we can expect more students and then we can start. That's fine, right? With everyone?
Yeah, should be fine. Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, then. I hope all of you have submitted the form. So then I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Okay, guys.